Hello everybody, welcome back to the cabin, welcome back to Commonwealth Flipper. I'm going to do something today I've never done before, and I'm super excited about it. I'll tell you about that in a minute. I also have to tell you about a huge mistake I made, and I literally knew I was making it at the moment I was making it. Blue Ridge Mama was in here with me, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I just cost us $90, just like that. 90 bucks, and a little bit of something attached to that mistake that used to be a giant no-no on eBay, and now apparently it's not quite as bad as it used to be, and I want to talk about that and how it applies to something we've talked about previously before. But we've got a ton of stuff going out of here today, and you'll see what I mean in a minute. I think we have over 40 sales, which we're not going to do all on this video. Well, I'll give you a little preview. I'm going to ship all this stuff out today. We're going to film 3 videos because I'm taking time off. I've always dreamed of taking a week off at Christmas, completely shutting everything down. This year we're going to do it. As a matter of fact, there's so many sales that came in over all platforms. I think we're going to extend that a couple days as well. Let's go take a look. You know, one thing about approaching Christmas, which you're watching this after Christmas, but it's still before Christmas for me. This is the last day I'm shipping stuff out of here. Gotta come back here and get my ladder because this sold, and normally this kind of stuff sells in the summertime, but now it's sold in the wintertime. Man, I don't think that's locked out. Hate for my wife to come down here and see me on the ground one day. All right, sold this Snap-on Tools cooler. When I bought it, I thought it'd be a $30 cooler, but surprisingly, they didn't have the best comps in the world, and the condition was okay, just not amazing. See if I can do this. Boy, I don't know how many more years I can do that. Snap-on worldwide cooler sold for, I think, just under $23 plus shipping. Sold a, well, I'll show you in a minute, but I forgot. I got to put that thing up. We're going to have a crowded table here at the end of the day. I usually come in here before I start filming and shipping and doing all this stuff for the videos, and I answer eBay messages and I try to get caught up on them. This WKRP in Cincinnati DVD set, sealed, not huge money, but we're making, I think they wanted 10 originally. If you remember, I got it not quite half off, but close. So I probably paid $6 for this, and it's selling for $28.50 free shipping, but it is, medium mail shipping. So although this one I might, if it's cheap enough, send this, I think it's a viewer, send this one out priority, we'll see, or ground, who knows. This is what I was talking about here. Somebody asked me how long that Joe Jackson bat is, so I measured it, and I can't believe it wasn't in a listing, but it wasn't. So I'm going to put it back. I got to tell you, that's something that I want to talk about in a minute, being a big no-no. The way that you used to communicate in the selling messages, in the messages on eBay, used to make me really, really nervous, especially in the last 5 years, because so much of it was viewers asking me things like, what's your address or what's your email or whatever. And I'm like, oh man, I really don't want to put this stuff out there because eBay doesn't like that behind the scenes kind of stuff. They always suspect that you're making sales off platform and saving money and not paying the fees and all that. But that's changed a little bit over the last year especially. So that's going to be one thing that we talk about in a minute when we talk about my big mistake. And if you go way back, I mean way back, like at least this far back, you'll remember me selling quite a few of these. And I just looked up here when I saw this one sell the other day, and I know it's not a black chart, and I think both of these are black, although I only have one chart left listed, so either I've made a mistake here or it's a multi-quantity. But this old school chart right here, I'm not going to unroll it, but I am going to let you look at it up here on the screen. That one sold. A lot of the black ones, and there was a cat one. There was some we were selling for in the hundreds. I think we sold a few over $200. But this one's a little generic. It's an earthworm, I think. I don't know what it is. I'll have to look. It says earthworm on that. But here's the one that sold, so I might have grabbed the wrong one. I'm not quite sure. No, I just looked, and it is an earthworm, and it sold for $40 plus shipping. But I forgot to mention Bradley. He's the one that bought the WKRP in Cincinnati DVDs. Hey, Kevin, thanks for this listing. We appreciate it. Merry Christmas to you and your family. Well, thank you. I hope you enjoy it. I know WKRP was one of my favorite shows when I was a little guy. And no, I'm not that old. I wasn't watching it when it was on prime time. I was watching it when it was in syndication, I guess. And I probably was watching it when I wasn't supposed to, meaning everybody was asleep and I was up in the middle of the night and watching it on my little black and white TV. I had trouble sleeping when I was a kid. I still do, for that matter. There's sometimes when something sells, you know, there it is right there. You know it is going to be absolutely in the back of a drawer. This one is a... I didn't even know I still had this. I guess we just kept it on the store when we changed everything over. Can you see what it is? It is the top, I don't know what you want to call it, nut or screw or something. I don't know what it is. I guess it's a nut for the top of a vintage Coleman lantern. And I think there was something wrong with it. I can't remember what the heck happened. We decided to part out a few parts instead of selling it together. And that one sold for $7 plus shipping. So that is undoubtedly a when in doubt, parted out item. You may remember me saying that we were going to run a sale leading up to Christmas, and we put, I think 50, maybe 70, but I think 50 items on 30% off, the 50 oldest items in the store. And this was one of them. It's a Dale single stitch sports image made in the USA size large vintage shirt. It's got that awesome fading on it. It's got some, you know, issues with it, but nothing really too bad. It's got a little bit of crackling on it, but it still is an awesome shirt. 1994. Does not have a back hit, and I don't know what we had it listed for, but at 30% off, it sold for $31.50 plus shipping. I think we got 4 total sales on that promotion out of 50 items, which isn't too good, but, you know, I'll take it for sure. It had been in the store quite a while, and now we got a sale out of it. Let's talk about this mistake and what used to be kind of taboo on eBay, but they allow you to do it and encourage you to do it in certain cases. It's this item sitting over here, and with last day I was in here shipping, which was 2 days ago, I believe, we were doing that one, and you probably remember me talking about it. It was a pair of boots, Ariat boots that had sold. And I think we were asking like 130 something, I can't remember, and we sold them for 120, but I couldn't send out a best offer on it because there was already offers out there on it. And I said, look, if you want to buy it, I will refund you the $10. I guess we're selling it for 130, and I told him I'd refund him the $10 when I ship it. Well, when I went to refund the money, I was doing it so quickly. We were trying to get everything shipped and out of here. I think that might have been the night we were doing the Grinch party or something. I can't remember. And I accidentally hit one extra zero, and I refunded them $100. I'm like, oh my gosh, 90 more bucks than I was supposed to. I'm like, what do I do here? This is crazy. I sent them a message, told them what I did. They're like, yeah, I saw it come through. I'm like, what's going on here? And so I told them there's a couple choices. I was like, we can cancel this order and I can relist it. I don't really want to cancel it. I don't even want to cancel it on you. Or you could just pay me through PayPal. And I said, and you know, obviously I'm not trying to avoid eBay fees here. That's not the issue at all. Matter of fact, because it's an inconvenience for you and you got to wait for that to process and everything, we'll cut $10 more off of it, and you can refund me $80 through PayPal. I'll contact eBay and make sure they're okay with it. They get their fees. And I remember hearing, it might have been on Cat's show, a lot of times after the fact, eBay, let's take an item that doesn't show up to somebody, just doesn't show up. And it's 20 days later, which a lot of you might be dealing with this right now. And the item, and you've already reshipped a different item, or you've already refunded them their money, and then it shows up and they contact you and say, hey, I've got 2 things. Well, eBay actually encourages you at this point to give them your PayPal information or other means of payment, and they can pay you through that method. I'm like, And it reminded me of what we had talked about a few months back, well, almost a year ago at this point. One of the unseen side effects of the Informed Consumer Act was the fact that the government wanted there to be complete transparency and the ability for the buyer to contact the seller directly. And eBay, of course, never wanted that because they didn't want sales happening off platform. But because of that law, everything needed to be exposed, including emails, including addresses in some cases, and all that stuff. And so they really couldn't crack down on people for doing this kind of thing in these kinds of cases. Had another cross-listing sale, and let me tell you, this was probably my best month ever as far as sales on other platforms. And here's one that's sold. This is, I think it's like, I don't even know, purple and gold. This is the one that's sold. Hey, I'm out of those. What do you know? I think I am anyways. I'll throw this bag away here in a minute. And that one, so this one's selling pretty good actually. These sell, yeah, $19 plus shipping for those Banner dolls right there. Love that sale. That reminds me, and that's something I do at the beginning of every year. I actually do it at the end of every year to make sure I can write off as much as possible. We were shipping in the bigger size poly bags, and we were selling so many of these that we ran out, and I'm just wondering if they'll, I think they might, yeah, they'll fit in there. I probably should have been shipping them in there, but you see how that size is out? And then we started using these giant ones. I'm like, geez. So maybe it's a good time to order some supplies if you want to reduce your tax load for this year just a bit. I hear chickens out here, but I also hear a whimpering dog. I don't let the chickens in, but I'll let you in. You want a treat? Sit. Sit. Good boy. So another item that's been in the store for quite a while as well. I'm hoping it's back in this bin. This is a tough one for me. It could be in the drawers. Could be in the Harley stuff, but it's not Harley, and it is motorcycle, but I'm thinking it's probably in my New Jersey bin, which is kind of a catch-all bin for stuff that I don't know where to put it. So look at that. These have been in the store for quite a while. Most everything in this bin has been, to be honest with you. And whenever you see, you don't see me get in that bin very often. It's kind of the strange stuff. But it's Alpine Stars gloves. I bought it with a jacket. And the gloves are what put me over the top, because I was only going to double my money on the jacket, but I knew I could probably get around $20, $25 for these gloves. And we got $21.80 for them used. Not too bad. You ever see that logo? A lot of times it's pretty good. Now you went out, don't you? You got what you wanted. Now you're going to go chase some chickens. Sold another old item. This might have gone out on clearance too. I don't remember what it went for. I love selling this because I've stopped selling them and I want to kind of get rid of it. It may take me a minute to dig them out of that bin. You know what? The more I think about that, the more I realize I couldn't carry all these Nerf clips. Here, I'll show them to you right here in one hand and hold the camera. So we'll dig them out of there when we have to ship them. I tell you what, I used to sell Nerf all the time and I just don't enjoy it at all anymore. And it seems to be extremely long tail, as these were, and not tons of money, 20 bucks plus shipping. After I put the camera down, I went to go look in that bin and just pull them out here so I wouldn't forget them, and they're not in that bin, which is a little disturbing because I know they've been around. They've probably been here longer than anything in this store. They've been here forever, and they're not in the bin I thought they were. So I'm thinking maybe we took a lot of the long tail stuff and put it in a different one, but I'll have to go check. But I got to go inside anyways to get this next one, which was an awesome sale. It was sunny out here when I started filming this video. Now it's windy, cold, and overcast. This next sale, I got to give props to my dad again. He bought 4 of these at a sale, and I was at the sale, and I was so focused on other stuff and just ignoring this because, I don't know, it's not sexy. But he grabbed them, and then he sold them to me. I'm like, well, thank you. I appreciate that. And I need to pay him more because these are going more than I thought. I thought they'd be around 50 bucks a piece. And this is the second one now. The first one was a cross-listing sale. This one sold on eBay. Sold for $85 plus shipping. Crockpot, like serving dish crockpots. Pretty cool. I guess I'll be looking for those. You know, we've got 4 of them. 2 of them sold before Christmas here, so that's cool. And we just had them listed. So, you know, already $170. I think he paid a total of $40 for them, and we have 2 more to go. Nothing I hate more than shipping big things. Yeah, that's not always true. But I absolutely love selling them because it creates more space. These boots fit the bill because there's not much space left here in this boxed shoe compartment. And these didn't go for a ton of money, but we got them super cheap. $37 plus shipping for those. I think they're steel-toed boots. And they went to James, so thank you. Hey, Kevin, been a long-time viewer. Needed a pair of boots that really look great. I've bought stuff on Whatnot and donated to your shows before. Thanks for the videos. Jimbo, thank you. And I think this show is going to air probably right after we do that charity sale for the Blessing Place. They gave us a ton of stuff, and we're auctioning off for them. And I'm excited about that, and for Andrea as well. Although I think when you see this, it'll be after the fact. So, but you can still go over there and check us out. We are going to be doing shows at least through January, and then we'll kind of reevaluate what's going on over there. But I think we're going to have some pretty cool ones. I know Reagan is going to be selling some pins over there, and I first said I was going to give her $1 a pin, but I think maybe we're going to do a percentage deal. 10%, she does all the work. She gets 10% of those sales, so I think she's pretty excited. So go over there and bookmark that one and go support her a little bit. Some of you may, if you're OCD like me, have noticed that Big Bird fell over earlier and I didn't fix Big Bird. It's because I knew I was coming back for him. I just don't want to knock that guitar off of Mickey up there. And that Big Bird, I don't think it works, which is why it sold so cheap. Sold for $10 plus shipping. It's a pretty cool little vintage one, but yeah, see, the voice box I don't think is too great, but that's still a cool little plush right there. $10 plus shipping. And that was bought using my code Commonwealth, so they got 5% off. I don't see a message, doesn't say repeat buyer, but Amanda, I just want to say thank you in case you are a viewer. I think you got a cool one, good price. The next one is undoubtedly a viewer, and this particular episode, there's a few viewer sales, like 4, I believe. And the next one or the one after is just crazy. Almost half the sales went to viewers. As we got closer to Christmas and people knew things couldn't necessarily get there on time, a lot of the traditional Christmas sales slowed down for us, which I'm sure they have for you at this point. But still, viewers are still buying, so it's a bigger percentage, so we appreciate it. There was, if you remember, a couple weeks ago, we went a couple days, no viewer sales at all, which... whatever, I just like to be transparent about it. We do sell to viewers, of course. Cannabis doll. This one's to a viewer, of course. $23.70 plus shipping, which means they probably used a code or send an offer or something on the weed doll. And it went to Roxanne, so thank you for your support. Saw this on YouTube video. I don't partake, but it will make a fun Christmas gift. Thank you, Kevin and family. I still need to check out Dib Dip. Go ahead and check it out. I do have a Dib Dip sale. I'm not shipping it out on this video or the next one, but it'll be on the video after that. I gotta step over these damn it dolls to get to this. And I saw this sitting back here about a week ago. And, well, maybe not even that long ago. I'm like, why hasn't that sold? These usually sell pretty quick. We put a good price on them. The cranberry ones are pretty good right now. Not too bad. It's only a 1 liter. And I looked it up and it wasn't listed. And I looked back on my phone and, of course, the pictures were still there. I didn't list it. So I listed it and it sold really quick. $17.50 plus shipping. Any of you phone listers out there that do that, you take all the pictures and then put them on your phone, and then when you're out and about, I always say sitting at the DMV waiting for them to do something. I'll sit there and list. I listed quite a few at my boys' practice the other day. Sold another one of these. This one I don't think is to a viewer at all because it sold for full price. No discount, no code Commonwealth, no send offer. Sold for $24.95 plus shipping. And I should look ahead because there's another one that did sell to a viewer. So 2 to a viewer, 1 not to a viewer. This one is to Brad. Hey, Kevin, caught a glimpse of this damn it doll when you were pulling some other dolls the other day. Needless to say, the cannabis one fits me to a T. Okay, so I take it you do partake. Thank you for all you do and the lessons I've learned from you on reselling. I'm doing very well these days. Thank you for your tips and advice. Well, I appreciate that. BTM Treasure Emporium. So, well, I can't say that I partake, but I don't know. The doll looks cool. And we sold one of these on a 50-50 charity auction. St. Jude benefiting from this one. And it sold to Jesse. And Jesse, I don't know if you're a viewer. I assume you are. So thank you for that. And St. Jude, I'm sure, thanks you as well. All right, we had Sophie come down here today. And somebody just couldn't take it. Couldn't take the jealousy. You got a joke for us, bud?
What New Year's resolution should a basketball player never make?
What New Year's resolution should a basketball player never make? I think I know this one. What is it?
To travel more.
To travel more. Very good. Thank you, Wyland. Thank you, Sophie.
Bye.
Hey, y'all. I had bought a few things from Lisette, New England Betty Boop, and she sent, I bought them for some Christmas presents, like this one for my wife. My wife and daughter and Bub's girlfriend love to put together beach puzzles when they go to the beach. And so I got that for her, as that's not all I got her, y'all, but that was just like an extra Christmas gift. And she threw in this license plate, very kind note. May God continue to be a blessing to the world. So thank you for that. And she threw in this extra shirt, and it's my size. So I wanted to thank Lisette. You are awesome. We appreciate you. And she had some very nice, kind words to say in that message. So thank you. And she also said that that license plate is from her old car. I love it. I'll find a spot for it.
We haven't sold one of those in a long time.
All right, y'all. Reagan is excited because we sold something we haven't sold in a long time. What do you got?
Carol got We Get Things Moving yellow shirt. I honestly forgot we even had them.
It's because that's all we have left, and they're on clearance. They're on sale, and there's some big sizes in there and some small. I don't know.
Yeah,
anyway,
got a bunch
different stuff. So, Carol, thank you. They are on sale.
Bye. Don't forget to get your sticker at commonwealthpicker.com.
Just wanted to take a minute and tell y'all Merry Christmas one more time and ask you a question to put in the comments below. What's the worst mistake you've ever made? I hope to have an update in the next video or two to see if I got that money, to see if I have to eat it or whatever the cost might be. What's the worst, the most costly mistake you've ever made on eBay? I know I've made a few over the years. It's nothing to be ashamed of. Well, maybe it is. I'm a little ashamed of this one. That was just dumb. But we appreciate you. This is leg 1 of 3 videos today, so I can take a week off. So I'm super excited about it. But we got a lot of work to do because we're going to have about 2-3 times that much sitting on that table that we have to ship. And I'm trying to beat my wife before she gets home so she can help me ship this stuff when I'm done filming. Maybe I can coax her to come on a video for sure. So thank y'all for joining us, and I can't wait to see you next time.